Hi, it's John, CPA from accountingplay.com. I am the inventor of the Debits and Credits game. This is for iOS. This is to help you learn debits and credits in accounting. So we're going to go today over some of the learning functions and functionalities that are within the app and maybe how to use it. So this is just kind of a very basic primer. Just if you don't know, this is the app. Come take a look over here with me. So you're increasing revenue, so that is a credit, right? Equity decrease would be a debit, okay? Questions on the bottom. Now notice when I push close to the clock or the time, I get into these nice clouds here, and I can actually exit to learn, okay? And so now I have some learning materials to help me figure this stuff out. Now, also, I definitely highly recommend subscribing to me. Let's go ahead and put this back to me. Subscribing so you can get this free content. You can actually just get it at accountingplay.com/downloads. If it's not there for some reason, if now I'm charging for it and I said you'd get it for free, just email me at john@accountingplay.com. So in here is going to be the supplement, and I'm going to explain this supplement along with how to use the very brief learning tool in the game. So come check out the learning tool. Now I'm going to access the learning section of the app with a bottom of the T. Now you're in the learn section. Now, hopefully from your accounting class, you will have T accounts, top left. Now, T accounts can be assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, and expense. These are the top 5 accounts, all represented in this lovely schematic. You'll notice at the bottom left, you'll see the account T, with the debit on the left, credit on the right. So accounts can either increase with a debit or with a credit. So let's start with cash. We all know what it is. It's an asset. So looking at the top left, cash increases with a debit and decreases with a credit. Now bottom right, expenses increase with the debit and decrease with a credit. Everything else is flipped. So I would just like to tell you guys, take a little minute. Do not consider debits and credits anything like banking transactions. This is not a debit card, a credit card. Oh, this doesn't make sense because of whatever reason. No, you just got to memorize it. Debit cash up, credit down, other side now, flip around, right? It's not too crazy hard. Revenue credits, expenses as debit. Okay, so increase revenue with a credit and increase expense with a debit. All right, so just commit some of this to memory and then we can drill in the game. So this, back to our screen, you can see right here, we have this lovely accounting equation. Now, going back, we can go back to the T accounts. Now, a big part of this, you have to learn what's up, what's down. Debit cash up, credit down, other side now, flip around. Okay, so liability and equity are going to be opposites. Now, check it out. Let's talk about what assets are. Cash might be obvious, but what about accounts receivable, inventory, allowance for doubtful accounts, and all these other things? So you have to realize it is more than just the basics. Same thing with liabilities. You know, I highly recommend some of these things you just memorize. So you can commit some of these to memories. Maybe treasury stock is an advanced concept for you, or additional paid-in capital, preferred stock. If you know it, it will help you out. If you could just assign it in the memory by playing the game. Okay? So that's the accounts. Now also we have journal entries. This is what is represented in the game. So here we have what would be two T accounts representing a journal entry. We have equipment going up and cash going down. So this could be represented in a journal entry. In this case, it's a purchase of equipment with cash using cash, I should say. So we're just trading an asset for an asset. So I have the translation here. Increase equipment with a debit and decrease cash with a credit. Now we have another journal entry, accounts receivable and sales revenue. We are going to record a credit sale here by debiting accounts receivable, increasing asset, and crediting sales revenue, increasing sales with the credit. Remember, I got expenses as debits and revenue credits, okay? Debit cash up, credit down, other side now, flip it around, okay? And then we have our expenses as debits and revenue as credits. Now, here's the thing. Expenses and revenue can go up and down, but generally they just keep accumulating in the account. So all of this is going to be supplemented in your ebook, which looks a lot nicer on your computer. You don't have to kill trees if you don't want to. And I'm going to explain much more in depth how this works in another video. So look for that. But I want you to coordinate these things. You have to be doing. Learning by listening helps, by watching helps, but you really, really, really have to be doing. That's why I like the tactile motion of the game. I like the lessons, and then you just drill it, okay? Coming back into the app here, we're just finishing up with journal entries. And so now we have a journal entry, or an accounting entry that has 3 different accounts: receive, and invoice, and then pay. So actually, 3 accounts are affected with 4 different transactions. Office expenses increase with the debit, accounts payables increase with the debit, and then when the invoice is paid, accounts payable goes down, and so does cash. Translation: increase expense and accounts payable to report invoice, then reduce accounts payable and cash when invoice is paid. If this is sounding like a foreign language to you, you should probably pick up the ebook and start at ground zero here. But this is all necessary memorization. And so now you can dial in the complexity of what you want to study between 1, 2, or 4 T accounts. Alrighty? So I think that pretty much wraps up our learning section for now. So again, thanks so much. Keep watching these videos, accountingplay.com/downloads to get the ebook. If there's something weird, make sure you just subscribe or email me, john@accountingplay.com, and I'll be happy to get this stuff to you. Please leave feedback because I'm doing this to help you guys and to get some downloads on this app. Really appreciate when people unlock the app as well as send me feedback, so I'm not just creating something to create it, but something that's going to have a lasting impact. I really appreciate it. Thanks.